As the Saudi-led coalition bombs rain down on parts of Yemen for a second week, those concerned about the fate of thousands unable to flee the carnage have been raising their voices in condemnations of the actions of Riyadh, backed by its allies in Washington and London. The UK capital has already seen demonstrations to raise awareness of the situation. The British media have been particularly quiet on the bombing of Yemen by Saudi Arabia and its coalition forces. But inside this West London meeting house, academics, campaigners and of course Yemenis living in the UK who are worried about their families and friends have gathered to shed more light on a situation that's quickly becoming a humanitarian crisis. Potential solutions were discussed, but also the role of the UK and the US in propping up Saudi aggression and their potential motivation.
Only 2-3 hours before the war started, the British Secretary of Defense was in Riyadh. 2-3 hours later, the war started. I do not know what did they discuss in their meeting. Probably they discussed some other things. But I am sure any sensible person would conclude that they must have discussed the details of the war, not just the war itself.
As long as there is somebody in the country to keep the jihadis and the security situation to a standard of the American and Saudi liking, they do not particularly care what happens with the population, with humanitarian situations.
Many Yemenis simply want an end to foreign intervention.
We blame Saudi Arabia government and USA and European Union and United Nations. They should do something to stop the war and call Yemeni people for national conversation, to go back to the national conversation like what they done before.
The hope now is that a solution is found to bring an end to the violence before more Yemeni blood is spilt. Amina Taylor, Press TV, London.